We are at the Purple Building with TODD SNIDER. And this is our first one post-quarantine. We don't even have masks on, and it feels all right.
Yeah, it's so nice. I've been dying to have people in this building. So it's so great to see you, always.
Always great to see you, and it's always great to be in the Purple Building. And I want to say that Wired In is presented by Subaru, and we thank them for their support, which gets us to be able to come out and do cool things. Now, we're in East Nashville with TODD SNIDER, and this has been your home. And you've been doing shows here like every Sunday for months and months.
Starting with the pandemic. We came in that first Sunday and I sat right here and sang songs. Took a minute to get used to, but now I just look at that and talk to that thing. And it's kind of easy. I miss them, but I think we're going to do them again in July. But we got to get ready to go back to work now. So.
Going on the road. I like that.
Yeah, I'm excited to get back out there. I've missed it. This is the longest I've stayed in one town in 30 years.
Wow, I hear that a lot.
Yeah,
you know,
a lot of people saying that.
Yeah,
right now.
And we're all starting to get just where the doors are opening, and so where are you going on tour?
The first thing is through Texas and Alabama, and then we go all the way to New York. Eventually, we go up to New York in the fall and out to Los Angeles and up. We do the whole thing. We do all of it.
So are you doing another 18 months of constant touring?
Yeah, for no good reason at all.
Making up for lost time.
Yeah, I will too. I miss it a lot. It was a big part of my lifestyle, not just the show, but being in a different town every day. I got little friends all over the place, and I just miss banging around the country.
No, it's a great thing to be able to do. And thank you for making the new record, First Agnostic Church of Hope and Wonder.
It, man. That was fun to make. It was a lot of fun to make. I think people were surprised at the way it sounded because it wasn't just me sitting here, but I'd never had my own place to record before, so I did this thing that would take a really long time. I've always wanted to do a record like this, and I knew it would have taken a long time. And so we spent like 3 days on each song,
It's amazing. Well, it's a blessing of time. And we had that. And,
that's right.
I have to say that for the subject matter of that album, which was an homage to people that we have loved and lost, it was joyous and not sad.
That's what I wanted it to be. I was I could have gone that way, and I thought, I don't want to do that. I want to. Like even the first song, Everybody Ready for the Get Together, I was trying to sing about how great it was going to be when we got back together as opposed to how lonely it was apart,
I love it. Well, it is great to be back together, and it's great to hear some music. Would you play for us, please?
I've been worked this up especially for y'all. I hope I don't mess it up. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Those days of sodas and pretzels and beer. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Dust off the sun and moon and sing a song of cheer. Just fill your basket up with sandwiches and weenies. Then lock the house up, now you're set. On the beach you'll see the girls in their bikinis, as cute as ever, but they never get them wet. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Those days of sodas and pretzels and beer. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. You wish that summer could always be here. Have to tell a girl and fella about the drive-in or some romantic movie scene. Right from the moment that those lovers start arriving, you'll see more kissing in the cars than on the screen. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Those days of sodas and pretzels and beer. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. You wish that summer could always be here. Close enough. You want me to do another? Yeah. Heck yeah. Man, I just sort of worked that up today. Here's one I know. Little out of place, little out of tune, so lost in space, racing that moon, climbing the wall of a hurricane, still overall, I can't complain. I was talking with my girlfriend, told her I was stressed, said I'm going off the deep end. She said, God, for once, give it rest. We're all waiting in the dugout, thinking we should pitch. How you gonna throw a shutout if all you do is bitch? I got nothing to lose, there's nothing to gain. And like a one-way ticket to cruise in the passing lane, I can't complain. Now I got a brand new dance, I need one more shot, I just need one last chance, you know I won't get caught. I'm gonna make my last stand, and this time I can't be bought. Then again, on the other hand, how much have you got? I got nothing to lose, there ain't nothing to gain. Like a one-way ticket to cruise in the passing lane, I can't complain. A little out of place, a little out of tune, sort of lost in space, racing that moon, climbing the wall of a hurricane, still overall, I can't complain. Oh Lord, it's overall, I can't complain. Ah man, that felt all right. That's the first time I feel like since I got back in front of other people. Like that, didn't we do a thing with other people there? And I just didn't relax totally. And then that song, I usually play my way out of a corner with that one. And that kind of worked. Now this one is from the new album. It's for a friend of mine. In my personal life last year, I lost 3 really big mentors and father figures and a couple of really close friends, all within 1 year. And then my best friend, my dog, too. And this was from my friend Jeff Austin, who was in the Yonder Mountain String Band. And the last conversation we had, and how I wish he'd have told him to skip the gig he had, you know. You always knew I understood. You knew I'd say what I said. Had I known it would go the way it would, I would have said this instead. Sail on, old friend. Sail on into a new horizon. If you can't play that same old song again, I say, sail on. Let's just say that you broke a string, and we can raise a toast to your health. You don't have to play or sing for anyone else but yourself. Sail on, my friend. Sail on into a new horizon. If you can't play that same old song again, I say, oh, sail on. break a leg in paradise. Save a place for me. I don't know from good advice, so I'll just see you when I see you. Sail on, my friend. Sail on in to a new horizon. If you can't play that same old song again, I say sail on, sail on. Yeah, I like that one. I'm doing, yeah. That's one of my favorites. And then this is from a song on this record I made just not very long ago at the Cash Cabin. And this was maybe a favorite one off of that song. I made it up kind of for the band I was in, kind of for the girl I had just been married to. If we never get together again, please forgive me for all of these fools that I've been. See if you can't remember me when I was listening to my better angel, or just see if you can remember me when I was listening. It's like a force of nature is coming over me. I can't keep myself from moving. No, I can't keep from moving. It's like a force of nature, like a force of nature. May your hopes always outweigh your doubts, until this old world finally punches you out. May you always play your music loud enough to wake up all of your neighbors. May you play at least loud enough to always wake yourself up. It's like a force of nature is coming over me. I can't keep myself from moving. I can't keep from moving. It's like a force of nature, like a force of nature. Oh, like a force of nature. There you are. I knew you were coming back.
Sneaking up on you. I love when you talk about, I made this song up, because it takes me back to being like a kid in a playhouse and acting and creating whatever that day was in your head. We made this.
Yeah.
We made this.
Made it up.
Exactly.
What's the up even mean? From scratch. Made it up from scratch.
Yeah.
I always like that as for making up songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it gets called writing and composing and stuff. But I don't do with that.
Well, you do, actually.
I write it down at the last minute.
I remember you telling me one time that you had little Post-it notes with
Yeah.
snippets of
Yeah.
phrases everywhere.
I made a whole album out of that. The Hardworking Americans record and some of the agnostic. In fact, just last week we did an album, I don't know when it'll come out, where it was acoustic versions of all those songs. It's like 8 Hardworking American songs and 4 agnostic hymn songs. All the ones that seem like that don't make sense. But they kind of do in a weird way.
Now, yesterday was Bob Dylan's birthday.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about not making sense, but making
Yeah.
sense. He was the master of that. Just
my
those little
favorite.
visuals that,
Yeah.
you know, like you would just
I don't know where that
soak it
came
in.
from. Yeah, and like
Seriously.
years later, you hear the song and hear a new thing. That record, I don't know why I'm talking about it, but a lot of that Hardworking American stuff was my attempt at trying to do some abstract stuff, you know, at least for me, you know, a little more abstract than me, because I'm like pretty linear, Bobby Bear type, normal old, you know, you kind of know what I'm singing about.
It's folk songs.
Yes, folk songs. The ghost of electricity isn't gonna howl in her face or anything.
Well,
I mean,
also-
maybe on a good day someday.
I walk around, look at the posters at the Purple Building. The things you have on the wall are representative of folks that you've worked with,
Yeah.
folks that are heroes.
Yeah.
Also, you know, some covers. So the Cash Cabin,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I have to say, Volume 3.
Yeah,
but volume
best
1
volume
and 2,
so far.
Well, the 1 and 2 didn't come out.
No, there
right?
isn't one. Well, there kind of was one. But they were like, one was just, well, the Hardworking Americans went out there, and then one time I went out there and read a bunch of poems. That was the first thing I did. And I still have that, so that's volume
You never
1.
know. That may come out
May
someday.
come out
You
someday.
never know. But anyway, so that's over here, as is the East Nashville skyline,
Right.
which of course throws to Mr.
Yeah.
Dillon.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
You know, and then there's Hardworking Americans, and there's Prine.
Yeah.
There's John Prine.
Yeah.
Who did this?
And there's Jerry Jeff, me and him.
Amazing.
I don't know. Somebody sent us that picture of John. We get a lot of art sent here. You know, a lot of it is John and Jerry Jeff related. And then, like, we have that East Nashvilleian with John on the cover,
yeah,
too.
which is just fabulous.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the
We've
East
turned this into
Nashvilleian is a magazine here in
Yeah,
Nashville. It
yes.
represents the east side of town,
Yeah.
where everybody lives.
That's right, Chuck and Lisa. Yeah, I love that magazine. And, you know, they've always been really good to me. This whole neighborhood's been really good to me.
This neighborhood really took a hit.
Yeah, a
Now,
lot.
you guys were safe, but
Yeah.
across the street wasn't.
No, yeah, we got really lucky, and they're just coming back to life. And they had been knocked down for months before the pandemic. So
So what's
yeah.
really weird about that is this is the second tornado in my being in Nashville
Yeah.
that came through basically
This
the
one.
same alley.
You know what they say? It's because we're upsetting the Lord over here.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yes, that's trying. No, that's not true. That's not true.
I'm only kidding. No, I mean, as a world order with your music, getting to shine a light on all kinds of things that sometimes need to be said. And
I
you
always
know?
hope that, I always hope that there's some good that can come out of it. Because it's a real compulsion to come up with stuff. Even, any kind of stuff. I just sort of compulsively make up songs. And then they sometimes seem like there's a theme. Like this last one felt like a theme.
Well, it was a theme.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I say, there was a sweetness to it that I didn't expect. I mean, I knew you were making a record. I knew that you were going to celebrate heroes and
Right.
loved ones who were
Yeah.
lost over the course of this period. And I when I started hearing songs from it, I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it defied my expectation of, what I thought it might have been.
And though, if you think about it, everybody would, to say that we were all kind of feeling funky wouldn't be on apropos, or to say that this last year felt like we were in a funk.
Well, there's
Right?
been so much music for sure. And there's been so much music that's come out, like kind of questioning life and wondering if it's ever going to be normal again, that kind of
Right.
thing. And, there's only so much of that you can play
There's only so much.
before you're like, okay, take a deep breath.
Yeah, yeah.
So this was so wonderful because
Thank
it
you.
defied the expectation of, what we're going to do in our caves.
Right.
You
Thank
know.
you.
Yeah, no, thank
I
you.
wanted to have something for this summer that I was hoping was going to be really fun.
Well, and, I mean, to be able to celebrate people like John Prine and
Yeah,
Jerry Jeff,
For sure. And they both they would have wanted to leave happiness in their wake. I know they would.
Yeah. Jerry Jeff especially,
Yeah.
I mean, he had such an eye for the songwriter.
Yeah.
And,
I love that about him.
I did
And a lot of
too.
people don't know that. Like he didn't just write all the songs. He discovered so many songwriters and was their first cut. Guy Clark. The list goes on and on.
Yeah.
Either Johnny Cash or Jerry Jeff or Bobby Bear.
Yeah. And it's such a really lovely thing to be able to do when you have the spotlight on you, is to be able to, open the door and let some others, Red
And
Rover.
You got to be able to sing too, man. If you're going to talk the label into letting you cut something somebody else wrote, you better sing good.
Well, that's such an interesting thing too in terms of labels. Let's
Yeah.
talk about your history, because
Yeah.
you've had some amazing labels.
Yeah, I
that-
really did get lucky in my music business thing. Right out of the gate, it was Jimmy Buffett through Keith Sykes, introduced me to Bob Mercer. Then I met John Prine and Al Bonetta, and those two, both till the day they died, looked after me. And then Bert Stein took over about 10, 12 years ago, and he's a lot like Bob Mercer, and Bob Mercer brought him into my life. And I've been really lucky in the whole thing,
Guardian Angels.
Yeah, maybe so.
And it's great because you know what? I to be able to do what you do and continue to do it,
Yeah.
because honestly, I mean, this is what you need to be doing. And so for people to enable you to do this is a gift to all of us.
Yeah, those guys made it so. Well, thank you. Those guys I'd always heard the music business was full of people that were going to pressure you to do stuff you didn't want to do and all that. It just was not my experience. And that's been 30-some years. I haven't been screwed over by anybody.
Well, and plus you get to be sometimes singer-songwriter, and other times you're rocking really hard.
Yeah.
Hardworking Americans,
Yeah.
it's a force of nature.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything in between. I mean, there's been so much nuance and depth and
Thank you.
amazing stuff that you've brought us.
Oh, that makes me happy.
I know, that John Prine is going to be celebrated with part 2 of Broken Hearts and Dirty Windows, and we're starting to see some of those songs drop.
Yeah.
And I think the Old Boy Records people are, going to really keep his legacy
sure.
alive in a wonderful way.
For sure.
So.
He was a lucky day when he found Fiona. And his kids, too, they really, in my opinion, they know music. They've got Arla McKinley now and that young lady, Gretchen.
Kelsey Walden.
Kelsey Walden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are
and
two
Trey
really.
Burt, too.
I
Trey
didn't
Burt
know
is,
that.
I got to turn you on to Trey.
Yeah, okay.
He's from California, and he's a singer-songwriter, very folky,
Yeah, right
and
on.
very introspective and really wonderful. And it was funny because I went to see them at the New Faces night at the OG Basement, and John and Fiona were sitting in the front row at a
right
tiny
on.
little table, and John was heckling Trey. And I think it might have been the first time he saw him play, and he's like, "Play this single."
Oh, my God.
It was classic.
Man, he's a good cat, old John. Just that he would go through that.
Yeah.
He's been doing that for his whole life.
And then on top of that, of course, there was his delight with the meet and threes of the world, where you would see him at Arnold's or at.
He had great road quirks. He brought everything he had. He brought everything he could wear. He had like 9 suitcases. He had like syrup and ketchup and salt. In particular, he didn't want to get caught without the right anything. He was built. His tour was built for speed, man.
Well, he did it a long, long time.
Yeah, he
and
perfected
joyously.
it. Yeah, and had a good time.
Seriously, when you got the right salt, life is good.
That's right. That's right.
I love that.
Hell yeah. Oh, hell's okay.
You can say hell.
Okay.
Would you play some more for us?
Sure.
Todd Snider for Wired In for WMOT Roots Radio.
I made this up when I was on my way. I was going to see Widespread, and I was getting a divorce. Redneck speedball, way to highway. Needle is broken, there ain't no telling on gas. A highway dog plays a Russian roulette in and out of the sun under the overpass. Oh, oh, oh. They say only heaven knows why we turn every last word ever heard on each other over where everybody goes. I know I think, therefore I am, because I am, oh, so I thought I was. When in Rome, they say, shoot Roman candles that way, and nobody thinks you're crazy. Passing it back and forth like the 5th of July. I realize I can't tell you what to tell yourself, but if we're still not what you thought you wanted, well, then you can't deny it, baby. We were something, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Why on earth, they say, only heaven knows why we turned every last word ever heard on each other over where everybody goes. I know, I think, therefore I am, because I am, oh, so I thought I was. When in Rome, they say, shoot Roman candles that way, and nobody thinks you're crazy. We don't leave the people we fell for, but we leave who we just can't believe that they have become. But we don't leave the people we fell for, no, we leave who we just can't believe that they have become. And I say leaving, I don't mind as much as getting left behind. Why on earth, they say that only heaven knows why we turn every last word ever heard on each other over where everybody goes. I know, I think, therefore I am, because I am, oh, so I thought I was. When in Rome, they say, shoot Roman candles that way, and nobody thinks you're crazy. Made up the music like 20 years before the I'm gonna switch the thing, like 20 years before I made up the words to that. I made up all those chords and music and stuff. It took forever. This one came pretty quick. I made this up about a year ago. I didn't know him as well as I tell everyone I did. Hell, he was nearly 50 and I was only a kid. But even way back in those missing years when he was still just catching on, there was nobody better than the handsome John. Look no further for your real McCoy. Here come a singing mailman from Maywood, Illinois. Oh, oh, boy. The next time that I saw him, he walked off to paradise. Any way that I would say that I still take for advice, for with a plain spoken word and a simple melody, you can see this world with dignity. Oh, boy, look no further for your real McCoy. Here come the singing mailman from Maywood, Illinois. Said, oh, boy. The last time I saw him, he danced off to Lake Marie. When I realized that I was crying out in tears of victory, for with a few still missing and a new one coming on, there was still nobody better than the handsome John. Oh, boy, look no further for your a real McCoy. I said, here come the singing mailman from Maywood, Illinois. Oh, oh, boy. Oh, oh, boy. And speaking of John Prine, boy, it's hot in here. This song, I made a bunch of records for him, and one was called New Connection, and I think it's having an anniversary this year, and I think they're putting it back out again. I thought it was right after 9/11, and I remember this song was resonating for me, and I was just learning how to fake my way around the piano in this one particular key. And I learned this song really because it kind of things got rough, things got tough, things got harder than hard. We were just trying to make a living in our backyard. We were born too late, we died too soon. Anxiety's a terrible crime. If you can't come now, don't come at all. It's a crooked piece of time. It's a crooked piece of time that you live in. All in all and all in all, it's a crooked piece of time. It's a crooked piece of time that we live in. All in all and all and all, it's a crooked piece of time. Yesterday morning an ill wind came, threw your picture right out of the picture frame. It even threw the candle out from underneath the flame. Yesterday morning when that ill wind came, it's a crooked piece of time we live in. All in all and all and all, it's a crooked piece of time. It's a crooked piece of time we're living in. I said all in all and all and all, it's a crooked piece of time. I said all in all and all and all, it's a crooked piece of time. I said all in all and all and all, it's a crooked piece of time. Yeah, hell yeah. Here you go, yeah.
Hey.
This has been fun.
Oh, it's been wonderful being with you, and it's been wonderful hearing some music.
Oh, thanks.
And I can't wait to see you out on the road.
Yeah, it won't be long.
Where are you going?
I think we go to Texas first, then we do the whole country. Oh, we go to Texas first, and then we go up to New York and work our way all the way across and back. And we're here in September at the Lime with Jack Ingram.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Which is going to be amazing.
Yeah, he's one of my closest old friends.
Yeah, I love Jack, and I love the Marfa tapes
that's a great
project that's out now.
That was cool of her. I think that was a artsy-fartsy thing for a huge star to do.
But something that's so part of the Texas soil.
I was knocked out by that record.
And John Randall, who, again, is sort of like an unsung hero. We don't hear his name that often.
Right. Those two put some stuff together.
Oh,
Those two
heck
could
yeah.
write some songs. I thought it was cool that she did it. I like what she does all the time, but I really thought that was a, what do you say, artsy-fartsy thing to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soulful, even.
Yeah.
Well, and your dates are posted on your website?
Yeah.
So people can check
Yeah,
out
come
what you're
see
doing.
us. We've been missing you. We're on our
Oh,
way.
it's so great to be pondering the opening up of
I
the
know.
world.
I've
you know.
missed, like, we go to San Francisco and I've been missed Northwest. No,
Yeah.
I'm ready. Ready to
Yeah.
go to Alaska again. I never thought
yeah.
I'd say that.
Yeah. Well, I
It's
mean,
a
all
long
of it.
trip.
Let's just drink it all in.
Yeah.
You had said that, pretty much you've lived the last 30 years on the road.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
I
good to get
can't
back.
believe I got to stay in my own bed for a year. That was amazing.
Yeah, it had its charm. There were
It had
certain
its
things about
charm.
it that really I think we'll take with us going forward.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, we were saying that.
this slowness kind of internalized.
Yeah.
Because it's really easy to be frenetic and have things just bouncing.
Yeah, that's
and
true. I can see that, yeah.
But having this pondering time has been really beneficial, I think.
Yeah, it'd be cool if we all got back together a little cooler.
Yeah, a little wiser.
Nicer, a little wiser, a little more patient.
Well, I so love that you were able to do our very first Wired In post-quarantine.
All right.
And it's great being here.
Honor to be on here. I love this station.
Oh, thank
it's my
you.
hometown station. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it.
Well, we love
And
doing
you're
it.
our favorite.
Oh,
Always
thank
have.
you.
You know that.
Well, I am just so blessed. I actually am about to celebrate my 50th anniversary doing this.
Right on.
Isn't that incredible?
That's amazing.
And to
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a long career in
Well,
a
to be
tough
able
game.
to say that, I
Yeah.
still love what I do,
Yeah.
and that's why I do it. Is
Me too.
I mean, just this North Star. The music is my North Star to just follow.
Oh, man, that's
So
great.
thank you for making
Thank
it.
you.
TODD SNIDER from the Purple Building for WMOT.
37206.
Yeah. And there's a sign that goes with that, but it's got some words in it.
Yeah, that's right.
For Wired In, presented by Subaru for WMOT Roots Radio, TODD SNIDER.
Yeah, thank you. That was fun. Yeah,
can
what were
hug
we supposed
again.
to do? Yeah. The new normal.
The new Olive.
Yeah.
Chicken dance.